Hare Krishna. We continue reading from Caitanya Caritamrita. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jai Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jai Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jai Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. We are reading from Adi-Lila, chapter 6, describing the glories of Advaita Acharya. We'll read the text 98. Eka matra amshi Krishna amsha avatar. Amshi amshi dekhi jeshta kanishta achar. Lord Krishna is the source of all incarnations, and all others are his parts or partial incarnations. We find that the whole and the part behave as superior and inferior. So, ete chamsa kalapamsa Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Lord Krishna is the source of all incarnation, and all other incarnations are his parts, amsha, or they are kala, partial incarnation. Then, so Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All other incarnations are his expansions. And the expansions, what is their mood? To serve Krishna. That's their mood. I want to serve Krishna. So it's all Krishna. These expansions are not different than Krishna. You know, Lord Balaram is not different than Krishna. But the mood is, I want to serve Krishna. Jeshta bhave amshite haya prabhu jnana kanishta bhave apanate bhakta abhiman. The source of all incarnations has the emotions of a superior when he considers himself the master, and he has the emotions of an inferior when he considers himself a devotee. So a fraction of a particular thing is called a part, and that from which the fraction is distinguished is called the whole. Therefore, the fraction or part is included within the whole. The Lord is the whole, and the devotee is the part or fractional part. That is the relationship between the Lord and the devotee. There are also gradations of devotees who are calculated as greater or lesser. When a devotee is great, he is called Prabhu, and when he is lesser, he is called Bhakta or a devotee. The supreme whole is Krishna and Baladev, and all Vishnu incarnations are his fractions. Lord Krishna is therefore conscious of his superior position, and all Vishnu incarnations are conscious of their positions as devotees. So a part of the whole, Krishna is the complete whole, and the incarnations are part of him. So what is the mood? Is Krishna is completely aware that this is, that Krishna, he's aware of his superior position, but when he himself is expanding into a part, we have to understand that who's Lord Vishnu? Is Krishna himself expanding as Lord Vishnu? Who's Lord Balaram? Krishna himself expanding as Lord Balaram. So, but when he expands, then his mood changes, that of a servant. He considers himself a servant. So it's Krishna himself. Here, when he is like in his original form, Krishna himself, he understands, I'm the complete whole. When he's expanding, his mood changes into that of a devotee. We can see that how even Mahavishnu wanted to see Krishna, and that's the reason he was stealing the babies of the Brahmana, that finally Arjuna and Krishna had to go to the Karana ocean and see the Lord there. And Lord Vishnu said, yeah, I was stealing because I wanted to see you, Krishna. I had a desire to see you. So Krishna's expansions, their mood is also of servitude to Krishna. Krishnera samata haite bara bhakta pada atma haite Krishnera bhakta haya premaspada. The position of being a devotee is higher than that of equality with Lord Krishna. For the devotees are dearer to Lord Krishna than his own self. Now one may say, oh, devotee means I become a servant of Krishna. So that means I am lower than Krishna. And I don't want to be lower than anyone. I'm so great. I should be the greatest. But the position of a devotee is higher than being equal to Krishna. Why? Because Krishna says that the devotees are dearer to me than my own self. He says that. For the devotees, Krishna can do anything. He breaks his promise for the sake of the devotees. He becomes chariot driver for Arjun. Anything he can do. The moment Draupadi calls him, he comes there, immediately becomes her sari. He can do anything for the devotee. The conception of oneness with the Supreme Personality of Godhead is inferior to that of eternal service to the Lord, because the Lord is more affectionate to the devotees than to his personal self. In Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 9, Chapter 4, Text 68, the Lord clearly says, Sadhavo hridayam mayam, sadhunam hridayam tav aham, mad anyat te na jananti, naham tebhyo managapi. The devotees are my heart, and I am the heart of my devotees. My devotees do not know anyone but me. Similarly, I do not know anyone but my devotees. This is the intimate relationship between the Lord and his devotees. So being a devotee of Krishna is really glorious. Really glorious. Why? Because Krishna says that the devotees are dearer to me than my own self. We are not able to understand that. But sometimes we may be able to understand if we see like where there's really great attachment, where one is willing to sacrifice themselves for another. So Krishna is like, I don't care about myself. I will protect my devotee no matter what. I don't care about myself. My devotees are my heart, and I am the heart of my devotees. I do not know anyone but my devotees do not know anyone but me, and I do not know anyone but my devotees. So the devotees are so dear to Krishna, he's always thinking about the devotees. He's always thinking about them. So this is the glorious position of being a devotee of Krishna. Atma haite Krishna bhakte barakari mane, ihate bahuta shastra vachana pramani. Lord Krishna considers his devotee greater than himself. In this connection, the scriptures provide an abundance of evidence. So Krishna, he's the Supreme Lord. He's God. There's no one greater than him. But what is his mode? My devotee is greater than me. That's the mode of God. Na tatha me priyatama atma yonirna shankaraha na cha sankarshano na shrir nevatma cha yatha bhavan. O Uddhav, neither Brahma, nor Shankar, nor Sankarshan, nor Lakshmi, nor even my own self is as dear to me as you. This text is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 14, and Text 15. Krishna is telling to Uddhav, my dear Uddhav, you're dearer to me than my own self. You're so dear to me. Even Brahmaji is not as dear, or Lord Shiva, or Sankarshan, or Lakshmiji is not as dear to me. Not even myself as dear to me, as you are dear to me. So, Krishna samye nahe tanra madhurya swadana bhakta bhave kare tanra madhurya charvana. The sweetness of Lord Krishna is not to be tasted by those who consider themselves equal to Krishna. It is to be tasted only through the sentiment of servitude. So Krishna is very sweet. Prabhupada would say, the devotee was reading Krishna book to Prabhupada when he was in LA every evening. So one evening the devotee asked Prabhupada, from which pastime shall I start reading? Prabhupada said, you start from anywhere. Krishna is so sweet. Whichever pastime you start is sweet. Like a rasgulla is sweet. Anywhere you bite it is sweet. So Krishna is so sweet. So Prabhupada was tasting the sweetness of Krishna. And how can one taste the sweetness of Krishna? Is through devotional service. Through devotional service, not otherwise. If we think, oh, who's Krishna? I am greater than him. We will not be able to taste the sweetness of Krishna. Madhurya Ashvadana. We won't be able to relish. Only through devotional service will we be able to chew the sweetness of Krishna, as I said. Madhurya Charvana. Here we are chewing the material enjoyment, trying to get something out of this material world. But if we just take up devotional service, we will be able to taste on the sweetness of Krishna. Shastrera Siddhantaye Vijnera Anubhav Muddha Loka Nahe Jane Bhavira Vaibhav. This conclusion of the revealed scriptures is also the realization of experienced devotees. Fools and rascals, however, cannot understand the opulences of devotional emotions. When a person is liberated in the Sarupya form of liberation, having a spiritual form exactly like Vishnu, it is not possible for him to relish the relationship of Krishna's personal associates in their exchanges of mellows. The devotees of Krishna, however, in their loving relationships with Krishna, sometimes forget their own identities. Sometimes they think themselves one with Krishna and yet relish still higher transcendental mellow in that way. People in general, because of their foolishness only, try to become masters of everything, forgetting the transcendental mellow of servitorship to the Lord. When a person is actually advanced in spiritual understanding, however, he can accept the transcendental servitorship of the Lord without hesitation. So it's because of our material life that we are rejecting this servitorship to the Lord, which is transcendental. And we want to become artificial masters. So we are foolish. We are foolish that we are trying to become masters in the material world, forgetting our eternal nature, forgetting that this devotional service to the Lord is what gives the highest pleasure, highest. But the devotees who are advanced, the advanced devotees, they understand the supreme position of devotional service and they accept. So here the reference is given that when even a person, he gets liberated in Vaikuntha planet as having the same form of Vishnu, means he looks like Vishnu. No difference. The only difference will be the Kaustuba gem is not there and the Srivatsa mark is not there. But if you look from behind, you'll see that, oh, this is Lord Vishnu himself. If you see from far away, you'll think this is Lord Vishnu himself. So then, even if a person is liberated in this platform, it is not possible for him to relish the sweetness of engaging in Krishna's pastimes. Because, for example, Krishna's friends, they think they are equal to Krishna. They think they're equal. And in that, they have so much loving pastimes with Krishna. They are fighting with him, climbing over him, calling him names, and they're just having a jolly good time. And they're relishing the sweetness, they're relishing the happiness. So this is showing the supermost excellent position of devotional service to Lord Krishna, even higher than the liberation of Sarupya. And that's the reason a devotee, he says, I want to go to Golok Vrindavan, where Krishna is there, and I can have loving pastimes with Krishna. I want to engage in loving pastimes with Krishna. Is that okay? He does not want to look like Krishna. He doesn't want to look like Krishna. He would rather have a relationship with Krishna, a personal relationship with Krishna. So this is, of course, a higher, very high platform. It doesn't mean that the devotees who have the Sarupya liberation are not pure devotees. They are very much pure devotees. They very much have love for Krishna. That's the reason they are able to be in Vaikuntha. But because even in devotees, even in devotional service, there is levels, as there is levels in everything. So here we are just trying to understand the highest level of personal relationship with Krishna. So not to undermine any of the liberation, but just to bring out the glory of devotional service to Krishna in one of these, in Golok Vrindavan. We'll stop here for today. Thank you so much for listening and enjoying it. I'm not sure if there are any comments. No, then thank you. Shri Caitanya Caritamrita ki jai, Shilpa Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.